Hey, man. Today, we got some more Akaash Singh drama, bro. I don't know really what's going on. I know a couple of months ago, his girl got exposed for being not the woman that he was portraying her to be. A lot of people kind of felt bad for Akaash. Me personally, I'm not in the business of feeling bad for a millionaire. Akaash is having it. If he chooses to have it with her, I think that's 100% on Akaash. If he's in love and he don't care, I don't see why the internet cares the way they do, but the jokes were funny. So we finna check it out. We finna see if any more developments have happened. I appreciate all the love and support I get. I really do. Mess with me.
Love my wife more than she loves me. And that hurts.
Sometimes the internet has a hard time understanding unconventional relationships. Okay? They jump to conclusions about certain things. Okay? Diddy, Cassie, other people, maybe on his podcast. You don't know anything.
Dude, jury selection must have
Can you
been
not
fire.
compare?
Sorry, exactly. You're Cassie. You are 100% Cassie.
Oh, man.
All right, so it appears that Akaash Singh's soul has officially left his body recently, because it seems that he's just now starting to realize that no one's ever gonna forget the brutal humiliation ritual that his wife performed on him last month, which happened to go so massively viral that now every single comment section under anything he does online is just flooded with people.
That's why they say keep your girl off the internet, bro. You have to keep, especially when you're in a situation like Akaash. Like when you reach the top, you know what I'm saying? Like those guys have like one of the top podcasts in the world. Akaash is a very successful comedian. I don't know why your girl, like what your girl does for her. You know, I can see if she was doing this shit before, you know what I'm saying? Then you can't really tell somebody to stop doing something. But the fact that she started doing this shit during his peak, it's actually crazy. I would run my shit. I wouldn't really be too supportive or even go for that. I just wouldn't want to. Something that's so sacred to my heart, I would hate to see people on the internet like having fun with it, not taking it serious. Especially if it's on some, bro, you don't really know her, bro. I'm not even finna give y'all I'm not even finna give y'all a chance to know her. You know what I'm saying? The shit she was saying was actually outrageous. But again, if he wants to put up with this, bro, I don't see why people care so much. You know what I'm saying? It's a duck out here getting ducked every damn day. Akaash just another one. You know what I'm saying? He just another one. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't somebody that was out here just getting mad cooch throughout his life. He was a virgin, and I believe this girl took his virginity. So he looks at her in a different way. I think she's the only girl in life that he's ever had sex with. This is not me being funny. This is a fact. I've heard him say this on the podcast. You know? So he's going to look at the situation extremely different. He looks at her with a different set of, glasses on. You know what I'm saying? That's his baby. So if you truthfully adore somebody in the way that he adores her, I don't see why you would give the world a chance to break down your relationship. It's so many case studies and other examples of how the internet has literally destroyed relationships. I don't see why you would even want to give the internet a chance to fuck up yours, especially the content that you guys make. You guys make fun of everybody. You guys hold back with no one. You know what I'm saying? With no one. You guys are ruthless and you guys talk about everybody else's situation. So when they had a chance to talk about your situation, oh my God, they did. And they fried her ass up. You know what I'm saying? It's just this situation I think was extremely avoidable. I don't think it's a situation, he must divorce her. Nah, bro, I think he just, that girl spoiled. You know what I'm saying? And he made her spoiled, so he got to kind of deal with this shit. I don't think he's ever said no. You know what I'm saying? He's always said she's too beautiful for me. Like she's better than me. That's how he views it. You know?
Clowning on him and his wife. So as a result of that, he's now become a hollow shell of his former self. Even his fake laugh doesn't sound the same anymore.
Weapon! Concealed weapon!
So that means the government thinks I'm safe.
All right, so you can carry when does that come in, actually?
He's not getting a gun.
They're still
he
doing
did an
more
appointment.
background checks.
It's not gonna happen.
You have to write a letter for me.
But don't...
Wait, why is he?
You, just you, building your app on Base 44.
So kind of like Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, this will likely define the rest of Akaash Singh's comedy career, as his wife gave the world a lifetime supply of ammunition to go at Akaash with. And it's gotten so out of control at this point that it's even affecting the Flagrant podcast too, because every episode that came out after that story has been downvoted into oblivion, partly due to them not speaking about it at all, and partly due to the podcast where they addressed it, which was completely pathetic and really didn't do anything but make things worse for Akaash. Like, they just let the wife, Jasleen, lie and gaslight her way out of the entire thing.
And then the thing of this is, like, for guys like Flagrant that know the internet so well, bro, like, Andrew Schultz is, like, so strategic at this shit, bro. Like, he literally mastered the internet, how to go viral, how the internet works, all that shit. So the fact that they let her come on this podcast and try to explain it, that's not how the internet works. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat the internet. She's not finna, it's no podcast she was finna come on there and explain her way, and people are like, oh yeah, oh my bad, let me not make fun of her anymore. Like, that's not how the internet works, bro. Once they get something, gonna run with that shit. You gotta let the internet move on. You cannot change the perspective, especially her in this situation, especially their audience. Their audience is ruthless. I don't know if you guys know anything about Flagrant, bro, but their audience is fucked. Like, they're literally built off having flagrant jokes. They're literally built off crossing the line. These guys will literally sit here and make spectrum jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will literally, and because they're comedians, they can get away with it. They're actually funny. No one takes their shit serious. No one thinks, oh my God, they're being rude to spectrum kids. This is their audience. So I don't get why they thought this was a good idea to bring her on here and let her explain herself. For what? Boy, the explainer would have been deleting her podcast, deactivating socials, you know what I'm saying, and moving on like this shit didn't, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Akaash can, you know what I'm saying? And I would have rolled with the punches. You know what I'm saying? I would have just rolled with the punches, but trying to change the narrative and have people look at her in a better light, boy, you crazy as hell.
Thing. I mean, she literally had an excuse for just about everything she said to tarnish the man's reputation, especially when she claimed to have only kissed the guys she was with in college before she met Akaash, even though there are countless videos online of her talking about going further in bed with them.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
What does a roster mean?
So it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean hooking up, I just meant making out. Again.
That's not what hooking up means, though. That's what I'm saying. Words mean things. All this new age, I'm going to change the definition what I mean by hookup. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody talking about crush. When people say crush, when what's them dudes' names? Prime and Dre and all them folks be talking about crush. Boy, can't nobody 5 years down the line be like, oh, bro, crushing means hugging. Like, when I said crush, oh, no, you thought I meant crushing? No, I mean, I hugged her. That's what I mean by, no, when she said hooked up, bro, she was getting blitzed. You know what I'm saying? She was getting blitzed, and now she gonna deny that shit for life, and his lame gonna, believe it.
Because when I was in college, I dated this guy. You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on like the heaviest days of my period. Okay, totally understandable. I get that. And I was like, oh, great. Good news. My period ended. Like, we can like have fun tonight, blah, blah. And he was going down on me. Like, wouldn't you know it? I was still spotting. And also, if you're like poking around down there, like, more blood can sometimes come out even if your period is over. And I swear to God, like, I thought my period was done.
And so this was the lie that may have triggered the most people, because out of all the terrible things that she did to Akaash, the craziest one was that she made him believe that they were both virgins up until marriage, which doesn't really seem true just based off that TikTok alone. I mean, of course it could be, but it's probably not.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
Also, what made that podcast even worse was that the other co-hosts couldn't help but join in on the ritual with Jasleen.
What's his favorite position?
Oh, you guys got a lot of...
You don't have to answer. Okay. Yo, fellas, you don't have to answer.
I kind of want to know.
See, guys, this is
Okay,
how
I'll tell
comfortable. Well,
So that whole podcast didn't really do anything for Akaash at all. It really just made him look worse. So since then, in every podcast they posted on their YouTube and Patreon, it's almost like they're tiptoeing around eggshells with Akaash about it too, as he's clearly super sensitive about it and probably requested that they never bring it up again. Because there's truly no way Akaash looks good in this scenario. So I guess he'd rather just pretend everything's fine while his wife maintains complete control over his finances, bosses him around, and
that's the thing. Like, he can't even. What is Akaash to even do? He's married to her now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he to really do, bro? Like, I think that's grounds for a divorce, bro. If you told me you was a virgin, and it come like this is why I didn't literally build. Like, boy, you number one, we dating for years. You know what I'm saying? You ain't giving me nothing because I'm under the pretense that you ain't ever let somebody crack. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait years to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the fact that it was just under the notation of a lie. I would want a divorce. You know what I'm saying? But Akaash does have a lot of assets, and maybe a situation where it's cheaper to keep her. I don't know how the laws work for real. I just hear shit, but I really don't know shit. I would feel away though, bro. I couldn't look, especially these videos, bro. She talking about dudes eating her out and shit, bro. Like, what are you blatantly lying now? Like, it's
littles him and refuses to kiss him in public and dodges him whenever he tries still.
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much. What do you say?
So, all in all, that woman assassinated Akaash's character, all for the sake of trying to become an influencer. But the most miserable part about it all is that Akaash is completely fine with all the mistreatment, which just tells you that the man is pretty spineless, and that he'd never truly stick up for himself. Like, everyone in the world is stepping all over this guy now, including Akaash's very own wife and co-hosts, and yet he doesn't do anything to stop them, which probably means that this guy's grown used to being a human punching bag. I mean, he's been putting up with this monster for years behind closed doors, letting her drive him completely insane. Sometimes even to the point where he'd, quote, hit himself like a maniac.
She never felt unsafe like I would hit her. Sure. But I hit myself a couple of times like a fucking maniac, and that's not gonna make you feel safe either. No.
Another thing that's adding to Akaash's new petrified, soulless appearance is the sheer fact that this story became the biggest story online for a week or two last December. It was pretty much like Akaash's Hawk-Tua moment, but instead of boosting his career, it thoroughly destroyed it. I mean, nearly every commentary YouTuber from every corner of the internet made a video about it. And usually with a story this big, there's always different opinions and multiple ways of looking at it, but this situation was one of the rare times in history where everyone unanimously agreed that Akaash needs to get away from this woman immediately. So then when he didn't do that and proceeded to defend her and believe her lies, of course people are now tearing him apart. I mean, even his own peers in the comedy world are doing that.
Other people is that I own who I am. I don't pretend to not be what I'm like. What's your name? Ellen.
Oh.
Ellen pretended to be like a nice fucking, and then behind the scenes she was a Louis J. Gomez.
Like Akaash's wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's cute.
All right.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey,
Thanks.
how you doing?
Got a show tonight.
Is that Akaash's wife?
Yeah, take it easy on that.
Sorry. Consuming a lot of that content.
Are you liking all that stuff?
Oh my God, I'm jerking off. I got no back here.
You got no back, bud.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if comics are talking about it like this on podcasts, one can only imagine how they speak about it in private. Like, Akaash Singh is the joke now, and it'll probably be this way for the rest of his career, especially because of how big the entire thing's gotten. I mean, everyone was talking about it. Even the journalists on the New York Times panel that Andrew Schultz did last month asked him about it.
Yeah, I'm texting y'all like, yo, Akaash good, yo. Akaash good, yo.
I had a lot of people reach out. That's how I knew it was getting fucked up with people that are not connected to this at all were messaging me, yo, is Akaash okay?
Bruh. This is the first Thanksgiving I had that didn't end in an argument because 3 hours was just talking about that whole situation.
Really? Yeah. Because it's just like the situation got its own reality. And then once it takes its own reality.
You know how when you realize it's dumb? You realize it's dumb when you're sitting around trying to explain it to somebody else, because we even at the panel today, you got all of these distinguished journalists.
Oh, yeah.
Who just know they've been hearing something. So they're like,
these are the most refined journalists in America, all sitting around, and I'm just like, all right, so here's what actually happened. And we just, the editor of the New Yorker.
Wait, that came up at the panel?
Before the panel.
Damn.
And I'm listening to this show talk, so I'm like, oh, so wait, she wasn't talking about sleeping with other guys?
Exactly.
And Andrew was like, no, she just is saying she popped that pussy. And Stephanie goes,
So even though this whole story broke roughly 2 months ago now, it's really all anyone can talk about in Akaash's comments still. But with that being said, this disrespect from Jocelyn is nothing new to Akaash. And once you learn that this has been happening to him for 15 years, when you go back to watch his latest special, which is literally titled Gaslit, everything he talks about just makes so much more sense. Like the special wasn't really him telling jokes or even doing comedy. He was actually just venting and letting out his anger at his wife in the only way he knows how. Like he had this one joke in there about how he desperately craves being away from her, acting as if every husband in the world relates to this dream of sending their wives away on vacation, just so they can get some peace and quiet alone at home.
Marriage is a job. Well, every good job gives you 2 weeks vacation.
Yeah, he hates his life. Hey, man, let me know what y'all think about this Akaash situation down below the comments. It's actually sad, bro. This shit is so sad. I don't know. But, hey, this is his reality. This is the result of not having options. You know what I'm saying? This is, well, not, I don't say that, not having options, because he is Akaash, but this is the result of, he didn't really date. It was just the first girl that he really had the chance for. He married, and he didn't really do too much vetting. That's why it's important to vet the woman that you gonna, you know what I'm saying, lock it down with and give everything to. I think he just kind of, he went this whole life, womenless, and, met this attractive lady, and he just gave it all. He didn't really vet it. And I think as times went on, he's kind of realized, I really don't like this person. She's really, you know what I'm saying? But I think he was in too deep at that point. Loved and got into it. Nuts have been busted. I think it was just a little too far. So let me know what y'all think about this shit down below in the comments. I appreciate all the support I get. I really do. Man, it's with me.